Harvey Beats.
All right, here we go. Chef Chevron is back, and today we are gonna make some pork chops, baby. So we're gonna make these pork chops. We got some sweet potato fries on the side, and we are gonna make a nice apple honey glaze for them. So that's gonna be really good. So this is a recipe of my own making. So can't wait to try it. Okay, so I got some medium-sized sweet potatoes here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give these a peel. I'm gonna give them a slice, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pop them in the oven with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. So I took care of those. Those are just sweet potatoes. They're just cut into little fry-like pieces like this. And then they're seasoned with salt, pepper, olive oil. So those are gonna go into this 400-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until crispy. So let me do that. So I got my pork chops seasoned up with salt, pepper, and onion powder. So now I'm gonna pan sear them. So I got my pan here. It's nice and piping hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some olive oil and then give these a nice sear. So this pork is starting to get a nice sear on it. So now what is important to do, you wanna take that fat and you really wanna render that fat down. So that way you're doing two things. You're getting the fat down so you don't have to eat this gelatinous white piece, and you're also adding a little bit of flavor to this pan. So we're just gonna go ahead and render down the fat on all these guys and give them a flip. So let me do that. So these bad boys are getting some good color on them. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of butter into the pan to just kind of give them some nice flavor. So let me do pork chops got the color I want on them. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pan, I'm gonna add just a touch more butter, and then I'm gonna deglaze it with some chicken broth and a little bit of apple cider. This is a cold pressed apple cider, so this will give it a nice little apple flavor. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna lower the heat significantly. So, okay. Okay, so that pot is deglazing nice with that butter and that apple cider and that chicken stock. So what I'm gonna do now is add a little bit of honey here. It's gonna give it a nice sweetness. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit, I'm gonna add some garlic powder and some cayenne, just a tad bit of cayenne pepper. So that should help give it a nice robust flavor palette. So let me go ahead and do that. So I added those seasonings to that sauce. So now I'm gonna let this sort of reduce down and thicken up. And I'm gonna hit it with some grated lemongrass. Now this is a great herb. It's gonna give it some nice zest. So I'm gonna go ahead and grate that. So what I'm doing now is I've re-added that pork back into the sauce, and I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer and let it finish cooking. Okay, so those are looking done, and my sweet potato fries are about to be done. So I am about to plate up here. So let me do that. So I went ahead and plated those sweet potato fries and that pork chop up with some chives, and I also added some of that glaze to the pork chop before serving. So Carrie's gonna try it out. So here we go.
What do you want me to try first?
The pork chop.
Okay.
You've had the sweet potato fries before.
Okay.
So this is the honey glaze, nice and white on the inside. Looks to be juicy. This is the honey apple glazed pork chop. One bite, we all know the rules.
It's really good.
It's good?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah. So good. I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sweet potato fries, maybe could use a little more of a cook on those. But,
A little bit.
But that's fine. We can always pop those back in the oven for a little bit.
Still very good.
Awesome.
7.6.
Cool. All right, so there we go.
Awesome job, Erin.
Great. Another one in the books. Hey there, guys. So, yeah, that was my pork chop video, you know. Pork is something I've really not made on the channel too often, or ever, I don't think. So, yeah, I mean, that was a nice, that was a nice pork chop. That sauce, it really reduced down a lot, and the video, I feel like I maybe didn't capture that enough, because it was a thick one. It was a thick one there at the end, and man, that was a great, I was drinking it by the end of it. So that was, yeah, good sauce. I could have got a little more cook on the sweet potato fries, but you know, maybe I'll air fry them next time. I was thinking about doing that, but I just cleaned my air fryer from this weekend, so yeah, I mean, that was a good dish, you know. Trying out some healthier dishes. I know the butter wasn't great, but there wasn't that much in it, so yeah, I mean, it worked out. So we'll see what life brings me next. So okay, thanks for watching.